Live, this is 24-hour News 8.
Let's have a sharp practice, everything, every snap, focus on what you're doing.
Go! It's a story making waves in headlines across the country, and it's here in our backyard.
A story of a city on the rise, a coach on the tail end of his career, and a group of football players who just needed someone with a little faith to resurrect a spirit.
24-hour News 8 Daybreak's Casey Jones has the story of Benton Harbor's hope.
Most of it can be saved, but it's changing. It's changing. It's always good to have hope for something.
Hope. It's at the heart of a revival.
And a revival, it means that you're reviving something that's almost dead. Not that it's dead, almost dead.
In order to rise up, you must have fallen. Whether hard times or circumstance, despair must set in.
If you got it hard enough, long enough, something will happen.
This is a story of despair, of circumstance, about hope and revival.
Ahead of all that, you need to have God. And then second, you need to have people other than yourself that have the same faith, ideals, and beliefs.
This is a story about football.
That's it right there.
Elliot Uzelak has found himself in the most unlikely of places.
Here we go, Ryan.
The 74-year-old ball coach, whose life since the mid-60s has been spent coaching football,
Boom.
is out of a 4-year retirement, back on the field
Yeah, good.
for the sake of boredom.
Here we go.
Every day he started asking me, what are we going to do today? And I said, Elliot, I'm not your social director.
His wife Wendy says it with a smile and a laugh, but she's serious. On a family trip to Alabama, Wendy planted the seed to coach again.
And I said, go to Benton Harbor. They need somebody. And so that's how it all started.
Go!
Uzelak coached at Western Michigan and Navy, alongside Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Bill Belichick in the NFL.
All right, 28.
But nothing in his pedigree of coaching could have ever prepared him for day one at Benton Harbor.
I tell people the first day of practice looked like the movie The Longest Yard. It was unbelievable. Balls were going into the woods. I don't know how many footballs I lost first day, and then kids were running into each other, and some kid ran to the fence, and I don't know how he did that because the fence is way far away. You know what's coming.
Uzelak had just taken over a team that had lost 68 of its last 72 games.
We really didn't care if we win or lost. Well, we wanted to win, but if we was losing, we really didn't care.
A team riding a 19-game losing streak.
We used to fight each other, locker room, games, halftime, really didn't matter.
Coach U took over just weeks before the season began.
We Googled him and see he played coach everywhere else, and we knew we was in it.
He's one up.
Neither side really knew just what they were in for yet. During two-a-days, it was clear some of these players had no food to eat between practices. Enter the now coined Tiger Moms, a group of St. Joe and Benton Harbor volunteers.
We feed them every Friday. So we make sure that they have meat, chicken usually, pasta, a vegetable, sometimes a salad, fresh fruit cut up, and great desserts.
With bread on the table, it was time to worry about bread in the pockets.
A lot of our football players are the breadwinners in the family. They're supplementing an income in the family.
And getting the kids to practice.
How do you go to practice and work?
Before the fundamentals, Coach U worked with the board, found supplemental jobs that wouldn't interfere with practice, got the kids a weight room, a place to meet, to watch film, new equipment, a trainer.
We didn't have anything. I remember I taped one kid's ankle and I looked at him and I said, good luck.
And things changed around them. Their spirit grew. The product on the field, it changed with it. Their first win in 21 games, and then another, and another. And the team that everyone scheduled for homecoming,
They did not have a winning season since '89.
finished at 5-4.
They have never, in the history of school, been to the playoffs. They never won a playoff game.
Until last week. And while this is a story about football, underneath the jerseys and the face masks, it's really not.
He was a nobody to us at first.
Now what is he?
Everything.
This is a story about life.
I see a lot of smiles in the hallway. I love to see our kids smile. I love to, in my heart, I think they're starting to believe that they are important.
Coach U will be the first to tell you, these kids, these young men, they did this.
Without self-esteem, without any hope, as you say, you can't succeed in life. You're going to make bad mistakes. You are going to make bad mistakes.
Go!
They put in the time, the work, avoided the obstacles, took education seriously. They couldn't have done it, though, without a little hope.
This was a gift from God. He gifted us. Every day we're grateful and thankful.
Great day to be a Tiger.
Sometimes, no matter what hope looks like, it comes when you least expect it, but need it the most.
You got to hope in something, you know, in order to, it's like the Benton Harbor football team. They got a new coach. They gave them some hope. And then after they won their first game, that really boosted their morale to let them know that they could and can win.
At football, at life.
And it's good that the city take on a spirit of doing better.
That's really worth noting in all of this, that Coach Uzelak, Benton Harbor, they offered him a salary. He turned it down. He's a volunteer football coach. He said he wanted to distribute that salary amongst his coaches. He wanted to get the right guys in there to make these kids into men, and they've certainly done that. Winning their first playoff game last week. They will be playing tomorrow night here in town.
He's not a football coach. He's a life coach. He's an educator. He's teaching these kids about self-worth.
Right, this is for him and his wife, Wendy, this is so much more about wins and losses. He told me he checked his ego at the door a long time ago. If he was going to do it, he was going to do it right. He was going to do it his way. And that's certainly what he's done there. And you can see that in these kids. I talked to some of them.
You really can.
The classroom is important to them. They said, we have to go to class, otherwise we run. And we don't like running.
Yeah, right.
So.
Okay.
Right.
Incentives.
It's so
Casey
inspirational. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Casey.